Hello again, YouTube! Square has included so many references, Easter eggs, and allusions in Final Fantasy XV that I couldn't cover it all in one video. So welcome to part 2, where I will be giving you another 24 allusions and references to more Final Fantasy as well as other games, movies, and songs. So let's begin! Number 1. Highwind. The name Highwind is a recurring term in Final Fantasy. It always belonged to a Dragoon-related element, such as a character like Ricard Highwind from Final Fantasy II, items like the Highwind Spear from Final Fantasy Type 0, or abilities like Fang's full ATB skill, Highwind from Final Fantasy XIII, which has her leap into the air to impale an enemy. Final Fantasy XV is no exception, as Highwind is Arania's last name, and is also the name of her technique, in which she jumps into the air and impales the enemy, similar to the Dragoon's move Jump. Number 2. Aerith's Death. Most Final Fantasy fans, if not all of them, know of Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII as one of the most gut-wrenching moments. Aerith was killed by the main antagonist Sephiroth early on in the story. Luna's death alludes to this, as she is also killed by the main antagonist of Final Fantasy XV, Ardyn, during a critical moment in the story. However, it lacked everything that Aerith's death had, but I guess it was a nice try. Number 3. Meteor Logo. A side character named Vive owns a publishing company called Meteor Publishing. The logo has a meteor on it, which alludes to Final Fantasy VII, as Final Fantasy VII's logo also has a meteor. Number 4. Cid Raines. Ravis is an allusion to Cid Raines from Final Fantasy XIII, since they both have a similar form during their boss battles. Both characters' appearance features half of their body being changed into something not human. If that isn't enough for you, both characters also have the same voice actor, Yuichi Nakamura. Number 5. Ulrich's Caprice. Players can obtain a usable weapon that once belonged to Nyx Ulrich by defeating a Psychomancer found by backtracking to Insomnia's entrance during the objective Board the Elevator in Chapter 14. For those of you who have not seen Kingsglaive, Nyx Ulrich is the main protagonist of the movie. Number 6. Millennium Fair. This similarity might be a coincidence, but the tour quest between Noctis and Iris called A Stroll for Two may allude to the Millennium Fair from Chrono Trigger. In Chrono Trigger, the main antagonist Chrono bumps into Marley and ends up giving her a tour of the fair. Final Fantasy XV follows a similar event, except that it's Iris that shows Noctis around. The big resemblance lies when she stops you because she saw something that she wanted to buy as you're walking to the power plant. Marley does the same thing to Chrono, except in this case, Marley takes her sweet time. Number 7. Magic Key. When interacting with a sealed door without the dungeon seal key, Prompto will make a comment about a magic key.
Or like a magical key that can unlock any door, like from the video games.
This statement is too broad to reference any specific game like, say, Kingdom Hearts, and doesn't seem to be referencing the magic key from Dragon Quest, as Prompto is just describing a key that contains magical properties that can unlock any door. So it makes more sense that it's an allusion to a gameplay element that JRPGs typically like to use. Number 8. Say Fuzzy Pickles. When completing the tour quest Strike a Pose, Prompto will tell Noctis to say Fuzzy Pickles, which is a reference to the cameraman in Earthbound.
One more. Say Fuzzy Pickles.
The cameraman will say these exact words when taking a picture of Ness and his friends during their adventures. However, this may only be in the English dialogue, as Prompto will just say "Hai cheese" in Japanese, which you may have just guessed is the Japanese equivalent of "say cheese." However, I have not verified whether this quote is said in the other localized dialogues, since I don't understand any of the other languages. Number 9. The Legend of Zelda. During Chapter 13, in one of the dorms lays a radio. If you listen to the radio, the headhunter Dave will be delivering a message to refugees. During this message, he states, "It's dangerous to go alone." This is a very famous line from the original Legend of Zelda game on the Super Nintendo, and is shown when receiving Link's first weapon at the start of the game. Number 10. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. This one is my favorite allusion in Final Fantasy XV, since it comes from one of my favorite animes of all time. When doing the tour quest Strike a Pose, or Up Close and Personal, Noctis can do 4 different poses for the camera. One of these poses is called the Ultimate Pose, and is actually the pose of the main antagonist Cars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Arc 2, Battle Tendency. Number 11. Indiana Jones. When exploring Folkhalf Hollow during the main story, Prompto will get attacked by a Naga.
And why did it have to be a snake?
This line is a direct reference to the Indiana Jones movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. Jones throws a torch onto the ground to find the floor filled with snakes and replies with the exact same lines Prompto just said.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Number 12, Back to the Future 2. Final Fantasy 15 makes another reference to another big movie, Back to the Future 2, when flying the Regalia Type F for the first time.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Noctis will say these exact same lines as Dr. Emmett Brown from the movie as they fly into the air.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Number 13, Jedi Masters. In Final Fantasy 15, there exists 2 special Tonberries that resembles Jedi Knights from Star Wars. 2 Sir Tonberries are encountered on the side quest Legend Wrapped in Enigma, and they will use energy sword attacks that allude to lightsabers. The other Tonberry is called Master Tonberry, and is likely a reference to Master Yoda. Tonberries already resemble Yoda since they are green, short, and wear a robe. Add Master in front of their name and give them a lightsaber attack, and who else could it be? Number 14, Help Obi-Wan. Another Star Wars reference is made during the tour quest Strike a Pose. During the camp scene, Prompto will ask Noctis for help, stating this.
Help me, Noctis. You're my only hope.
This is a quote from Star Wars Episode 4, when Princess Leia asks Obi-Wan Kenobi for help through a hologram projected on R2-D2.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Number 15, Shining, 1980. Final Fantasy 15 has yet another famous movie reference. This time is from a movie released in 1980 called The Shining. One of the most known and referenced scenes in media is the line, "All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy." If you happen to watch the long boat ride to Alticia, at the end Prompto and Noctis will call Ignis a dull boy.
All work and no play makes Ignis a dull boy.
Number 16, We're in the Money. Prompto just loves singing, and when approaching a hunt location, he'll sing a song called We're in the Money.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
We're in the Money was a song that was first played in the movie Gold Diggers of 1933, sung by Ginger Rogers with lyrics by Al Dubin and music by Harry Warren. This song has also been used in a lot of other pop culture media.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
Number 17, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. Occasionally after winning a battle, Ignis will say,
That's for the wicked.
This is most likely a reference to the song Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by the American rock band Cage the Elephant, released in 2008. This makes sense since the song talks about doing whatever it takes to stay alive until you die. Noctis has to continue to fight while walking down his path and will not see peace until his death at the end of the game. Looks like Prompto isn't the only one who knows some songs. Number 18, War. When first entering the Key Catridge Trench, there will be a conversation about war. Prompto will again reference another song, War, by saying, War, what are they good for?
Wars. What are they good for?
War was a song written by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong in 1969 with vocalist The Temptations, before it was re-recorded with Edwin Starr. While Prompto's lines don't exactly match War's lyrics word for word, it wouldn't be crazy to think that this is a reference to the song War. After all, Prompto already knows all these songs, so what's to say he wouldn't know about War? Number 19, Sleeping Beauty. When saving Prompto from the danger status, he will sometimes say this.
So, this is how it feels to be rescued by a prince.
This is clearly a reference to Sleeping Beauty, with Noctis playing the part of the prince and Prompto being the Sleeping Beauty. Number 20, Bullet Time. When using the Piercer ability, Prompto will sometimes say, all in bullet time, baby.
All in bullet time, baby.
If you've seen the movie The Matrix, then you know what bullet time is. Bullet time is basically slowing down or freezing time while allowing the camera to move normally, a special effect that is used for the Piercer ability. Bullet time is a concept that has been used since before cinemas were invented, but The Matrix popularized the term and special effects. Number 21, Cup Noodles. Final Fantasy 15 has quite a few product placements, one of the more obvious ones being Nissin's Cup Noodles. As once a very poor college student, I know the love Gladiolus has for these cup noodles. There's a giant sign advertising it at Hammerhead, a cup noodle stand in Lestalem, and also a quest to improve the recipe.
These noodles really are. I know I sure do.
Number 22, American Express. The American Express logo can be seen on shop windows. There was some cooperation between Square Enix Japan and American Express where consumers would get a copy of Final Fantasy XV if they signed up and qualified for an American Express Gold or Business Gold card in Japan. The first 100 would also get a Kai Arts Noctis figure. Those who spend over 150,000 yen, which translates to a little under $1,300 US, will get a 10,000 yen gift card, which is about $85 US, with one of the Final Fantasy XV protagonists on the card's design. Number 23, Coleman Company. All the camping gear used during the party's camp nights were all manufactured by Coleman, which is an American company that specializes in outdoor recreation products. Number 24, Smokey the Bear. When looking at a hunt poster near a diner, there will be a slogan that says, "Only you can keep our nest safe." This is a reference to Smokey the Bear, who was an American mascot created to educate people on preventing forest fires. His slogan was, "Remember, only you can prevent forest fires," with an emphasis being put on you. And that was the last allusion and reference for part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the first video where I make allusions and references Final Fantasy XV makes to previous Final Fantasy games, be sure to check that out. The link will be provided here on the video and also in the description. If you like this video, be sure to give me a like and share it with your Final Fantasy buddies. Consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more gaming videos or reviews. I will also occasionally do other gaming related videos such as this, so subscribe if you don't want to miss out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.